Today our topic is the power of practicing Stoic detachment. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. It is not about being emotionless or cold, but about understanding that many things in life are outside of our control. And the key to peace is learning to accept this. Stoic detachment is one of the most powerful tools we can use to face challenges, reduce stress, and find clarity in a chaotic world. Let's explore what it means, why it matters, and how you can apply it in your daily life. Life is full of ups and downs. Sometimes things go exactly as we want, and other times they don't. The problem is not what happens to us, but how we react to it. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything that happens in life, but we can always control how we respond. For example, imagine you are stuck in traffic. You cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you feel about it. You can choose to get frustrated and angry, or you can choose to accept it and use the time to listen to music or think about something positive. This is Stoic detachment in action, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. Stoic detachment is not about ignoring your feelings or pretending that problems don't exist. It is about recognizing that your emotions are natural, but they don't have to control you. When something bad happens, it is okay to feel sad, angry, or disappointed. These feelings are part of being human. But Stoicism reminds us that we don't have to stay stuck in those feelings. We can acknowledge them, learn from them, and then move forward. This is how we build resilience, the ability to bounce back from difficulties and keep going. One of the most important ideas in Stoicism is the distinction between what is within our control and what is not. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not." Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. This means that our thoughts, actions, and decisions are within our control, but things like the weather, other people's opinions, or unexpected events are not. When we focus too much on things we cannot control, we waste energy and create unnecessary stress. But when we focus on what we can control, we feel empowered and capable. Practicing Stoic detachment helps us to stay calm and focused, even in difficult situations. For example, imagine you are working on a project at work, and your colleague criticizes your ideas. You cannot control what your colleague says or how they behave, but you can control how you respond. Instead of getting upset or defensive, you can take a moment to think about their feedback. Is there something useful you can learn from it? If so, you can use it to improve your work. If not, you can let it go and focus on your own goals. This approach not only reduces stress, but also helps you to grow and improve. Another important aspect of Stoic detachment is learning to accept change. Life is constantly changing, and nothing stays the same forever. Sometimes we lose things we care about: a job, a relationship, or even a loved one. These losses can be painful, but Stoicism teaches us to accept them as part of life. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything is ephemeral, both that which remembers and that which is remembered." This means that everything in life is temporary, and holding on too tightly to anything will only cause us pain. By practicing Stoic detachment, we learn to appreciate what we have while it lasts, but also to let go when it is time. Stoic detachment also helps us to deal with uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and we can never know for sure what will happen in the future. This uncertainty can be scary, but Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment. The past is gone, and the future is not yet here. The only thing we have is the present, and this is where we have the power to act. By focusing on what we can do right now, we reduce anxiety and make better decisions. One way to practice Stoic detachment is to use a technique called negative visualization. This means imagining the worst-case scenario and thinking about how you would handle it. For example, if you are worried about losing your job, imagine what you would do if it actually happened. How would you find a new job? What steps would you take to support yourself? By preparing for the worst, you reduce your fear and feel more confident in your ability to handle challenges. This doesn't mean you should expect bad things to happen, but it helps you to be ready if they do. Another technique is to practice gratitude. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what we have, even when things are difficult. When we focus on the good things in our lives, we feel happier and more content. For example, if you are feeling stressed about work, take a moment to think about the things you are grateful for: your health, your family, or even the fact that you have a job. This shift in perspective can help you to feel calmer and more positive. Stoic detachment also encourages us to focus on our own actions and not to worry too much about what other people think. It is natural to want approval and recognition from others, but Stoicism reminds us that our worth does not depend on their opinions. What matters is how we live our lives and whether we are true to our values. When we stop seeking validation from others, we feel freer and more confident. Finally, Stoic detachment teaches us to face challenges with courage and strength. Life is not always easy, and we will all face difficulties at some point. But Stoicism reminds us that we have the power to overcome them. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This means that challenges are not just obstacles, they are opportunities to grow and become stronger. By practicing Stoic detachment, we learn to face challenges with a calm and steady mind, knowing that we have the strength to handle whatever comes our way. In conclusion, Stoic detachment is a powerful tool for living a happier and more peaceful life. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, to accept what we cannot, and to face challenges with courage and resilience. By practicing Stoic detachment, we reduce stress, improve our relationships, and find clarity and purpose in our lives. It is not always easy, but with practice, it becomes a natural way of thinking and living. So the next time you face a difficult situation, remember the power of Stoic detachment. Take a deep breath, focus on what you can control, and let go of the rest. This is the key to a calm and fulfilling life.